Great to see you back, history lovers. Part 2 of our journey through ancient China. We're picking up where we left off, starting with the Han Dynasty, a golden age of prosperity, trade, and innovation that introduced the world-famous Silk Road. We'll explore the philosophies, arts, and scientific advances that made China a beacon of civilization and more. Chapter 6. The Han Dynasty, Golden Age of Prosperity and the Silk Road, 206 BCE to 220 CE. The collapse of the Qing Dynasty paved the way for the Han Dynasty, which would become one of China's greatest and most enduring dynasties. Founded by Liu Bang, a commoner turned emperor, the Han Dynasty brought stability, prosperity, and innovation. The Han era is often regarded as a golden age of Chinese history, marked by advances in science, technology, and culture. Under Emperor Wu of Han, the empire expanded its borders, opening trade routes that connected China to the west, including the legendary Silk Road. This network of trade routes enabled the exchange of silk, spices, ceramics, and ideas, bringing China into contact with distant civilizations like Rome and Persia. Silk became one of China's most valuable exports, and the Silk Road brought wealth and cultural exchange. The Han were also pioneers in innovation. They developed papermaking, which revolutionized record-keeping and education, and made advancements in astronomy, medicine, and engineering. The Han emperors embraced Confucianism as the state philosophy, shaping the values and bureaucracy of Chinese society for centuries to come. However, internal corruption, economic strain, and peasant uprisings weakened the Han Dynasty, leading to its collapse in 220 CE. This ended China's golden age and marked the beginning of the Three Kingdoms period, a time of division and warfare immortalized in legends and literature. Chapter 7. The Period of Disunity and the Rise of Buddhism, 220 to 589 CE. Following the fall of the Han, China entered a period of political fragmentation known as the Three Kingdoms period, 220–280 CE, followed by the Qing Dynasty and the Northern and Southern dynasties. This era of disunity saw constant warfare, but also cultural and religious transformation. During this period, Buddhism entered China via the Silk Road. Initially met with resistance, it eventually gained a strong foothold, merging with Taoist and Confucian ideas to create uniquely Chinese forms of Buddhist practice and art. Buddhist monasteries, statues, and scriptures spread across China, shaping the cultural landscape and offering solace in turbulent times. Chapter 8. The Sui and Tang Dynasties, Reunification and a New Golden Age, 581 to 907 CE. In 581 CE, the Sui dynasty briefly reunited China, setting the stage for the Tang Dynasty, 618 to 907 CE, one of China's most glorious periods. The Tang capital, Chang'an, became a cosmopolitan hub where foreign merchants, scholars, and monks gathered. Tang emperors, such as Emperor Taizong and Empress Wu Zetian, China's only female emperor, expanded China's influence and fostered a golden age of art, poetry, and trade. The Tang era was marked by achievements in poetry and art, with figures like Li Bai and Du Fu creating timeless works. Buddhism flourished, and the Silk Road continued to facilitate exchange. However, the dynasty's later years saw corruption, rebellion, and invasions, leading to its decline in 907 CE. Chapter 9. The Song Dynasty, Innovation and Maritime Power, 960 to 1279 CE. The Song Dynasty, 960 to 1279 CE, is renowned for its economic prosperity, scientific advancement, and cultural refinement. Innovations like gunpowder, the magnetic compass, and printing transformed China and eventually spread to the rest of the world. The Song established a powerful navy, dominated trade in East Asia, and pioneered paper money, creating one of the world's first modern economies. Despite its achievements, the Song faced military challenges, particularly from the Mongols. In 1279, the Song dynasty fell to the Mongol leader Kublai. When Kublai Khan, grandson of Genghis Khan, conquered the Song dynasty in 1279, he unified China under the Yuan dynasty. This was the first time in Chinese history that the entire country was ruled by a foreign power. Kublai Khan embraced many aspects of Chinese governance, establishing a capital at Dadu, modern-day Beijing, and adapting to Chinese administrative systems to rule his vast empire effectively. Under the Yuan, China was part of the larger Mongol Empire, facilitating unprecedented cultural and economic exchange across Eurasia. The Silk Road thrived under the Mongols, linking China with Europe and the Middle East. This period saw travelers like Marco Polo reach China, bringing back tales of a wealthy, advanced civilization, which fueled European fascination with the East. However, tensions between the Mongol rulers and the Chinese populace led to cultural divides and resentment, and heavy taxes, corruption, and natural disasters weakened the Yuan's hold on power. Eventually, peasant revolts erupted, leading to the fall of the Yuan dynasty and the rise of a native Chinese dynasty, the Ming. Chapter 10. The Ming Dynasty, Restoration and Expansion, 1368 to 1644 CE. The Ming Dynasty emerged as a powerful native dynasty led by Zhu Yuanzhang, a former peasant who became known as the Hongwu Emperor. He sought to restore traditional Chinese values and eliminate Mongol influence. Under the Ming, China experienced a period of prosperity, cultural renaissance, and territorial expansion. The Ming re-established the Great Wall as a protective barrier, enhancing its defenses to guard against future invasions from the north. The most iconic achievements of the Ming Dynasty include the construction of the Forbidden City in Beijing, an imperial palace that symbolized the authority and grandeur of the emperor. The Yongle Emperor, one of the most ambitious rulers of the Ming, commissioned the treasure fleet voyages led by Admiral Zheng He, who sailed through Southeast Asia, India, the Middle East, and Africa. These voyages demonstrated China's naval power and fostered international trade, though they were eventually halted due to rising costs and a shift toward inward focus. The Ming period saw advancements in ceramics, textiles, and literature, with the production of some of the finest blue and white porcelain and the flourishing of Chinese novels such as Journey to the West and Outlaws of the Marsh. However, economic instability, corruption, and increasing pressure from foreign invaders eventually weakened the dynasty. The arrival of the Manchu forces from the northeast led to the fall of the Ming Dynasty in 1644 and the rise of the final Chinese dynasty, the Qing. Chapter 11. The Qing Dynasty, the Last Dynasty, and the Opium Wars, 1644 to 1912 CE. The Qing Dynasty, established by the Manchu people, expanded China's borders to their greatest extent, incorporating Tibet, Mongolia, Taiwan, and parts of Central Asia. The Qing emperors, such as Kangxi and Qianlong, were skilled administrators who embraced Confucian ideals and sought to preserve Chinese culture while bringing stability and prosperity. Under the Qing, China experienced economic growth and relative peace, but challenges loomed. By the 19th century, foreign pressures, particularly from European powers, intensified. The Opium Wars, 1839 to 1860, fought with Britain over the opium trade, resulted in a series of humiliating defeats for China. The Treaty of Nanking ceded Hong Kong to Britain and opened several Chinese ports to foreign control, marking the beginning of what is known as the Century of Humiliation. Attempts to modernize, such as the self-strengthening movement and the Boxer Rebellion, were largely unsuccessful, as internal strife, foreign intervention, and the inability to reform weakened the Qing. Eventually, rising nationalist sentiments led by figures like Sun Yat-sen catalyzed the revolution that would bring an end to imperial rule in 1912. ending the 2,000-year tradition of dynastic China. Chapter 12. Legacy of Ancient China. The fall of the Qing Dynasty marked the end of imperial China, but the legacies of its long history remain profoundly influential. Ancient China's achievements in writing, philosophy, technology, and art laid the foundations for one of the world's oldest and richest cultures. Its contributions, from Confucian ethics and Taoist philosophy to inventions like gunpowder, printing, and paper, transformed not only China but the entire world. Today, the wisdom, resilience, and ingenuity of ancient China continue to shape modern China and inspire people worldwide. China's rich cultural heritage serves as a bridge connecting past and present, reminding us of the enduring power of a civilization that has survived for thousands of years. Thank you for joining us in this two-part remarkable journey through ancient China's history. Be sure to check out our other videos for more fascinating stories of ancient civilizations and the people who shaped our world. See you in the next one.